Otherwise, yes, a warm welcome to today's International Day of Peace event here in Coventry, the City of Peace and Reconciliation. The International Day of Peace was set up as a global day to essentially, or one of the objectives was to essentially try and generate appetite for one day in the year where there's a global ceasefire and a global day of non-violence. It's also a day for reflection and for, I think, the community to come together and to have time out to actually engage with one another on key topics around peace, partnerships and dignity. So this year's theme is Partnerships for Peace, Dignity for All. I imagine a number of today's speakers will be covering themes directly related to those topics or certainly related to or thereabouts. I'm delighted with the number of speakers that we have here today, and I will introduce them one at a time as they come on. But just to open the event, I'm very pleased to have the Dean of Coventry here today to open the event for us for Celtic Partnership. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Casey. Actually, I'm always here. So I'm very pleased to welcome all of you here to St Michael's House as one of our key cathedral buildings and the place where we focus a lot of the programme that we do in terms of both local, national and international work in promoting and building peace and reconciliation. Just to set it in context briefly, many of you will know this very well, but from time to time people aren't aware of the story. Really, our story in the cathedral and also in the city goes back 75 years, almost to the day, to the 14th of November 1940, when the city experienced a devastating air raid and the cathedral was burnt. The next morning, my predecessor as leader of the cathedral community, Provost Howard, came to the ruins with a remarkable commitment to rebuilding as a sign of hope and a sign of peace. Had the words "Father, forgive" inscribed on the remaining walls of the cathedral. Very striking, not just because of the plea for forgiveness, but also because of saying, actually, we all stand under the need of God's forgiveness. We can't just ask for forgiveness for our enemies. And that spawned, ultimately, an extraordinary worldwide community of people committed to peace and reconciliation, held together through the symbol of the Coventry Cross of Nails, which many of you know. There's one of them, an example on the mantelpiece there, formed originally from nails that had fallen out of the burning timbers from the roof of the medieval cathedral. We now have about 180 members across 30 countries, scattered right across the world, most recently stretching out as far as New Zealand, into a place where work is being done in reconciling historic wounds between, as it were, the colonial settlers and the Maori community there. Built around three commitments. One, healing the wounds of history. Secondly, learning to live with difference and celebrate diversity. And thirdly, building a culture of peace. And those three commitments, the symbol of the Cross of Nails, and the Coventry Litany of Reconciliation, Christian prayer, but one which is often owned by members of other faiths as well, hold together that international community. But it's incredibly important to be locally rooted, actually, and to make a difference in the place where you are. And I know that that's important both to CORD and also to the Centre for Trust, Peace and Social Relations. So it's really important to be in this partnership together, not just to be trying to work at things across the world, but also to be making sure that actually the fact that we're based here makes a real difference and feeds the character of this as a city of peace and reconciliation. So absolutely delighted to have you here. Delighted to be in partnership both with the extraordinary work that's going on both through CORD and the university. So very pleased to be part of the day, and I'm sure we're going to have a really worthwhile afternoon. Thank you very much indeed. I think that's about all the time I've got. I could go on.